I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. So we pose this motion. We do not believe taking a test before we can vote is the solution that we need now. There are some questions that I want to ask. First, what kind of tests that we as a citizen of Indonesia that have to take before we can vote? Is it a paper-based test or is it an internet-based test? Because as we know, global warming is really doing our world bad, and we also have high rate of carbon monoxide as because more and more people want to get a vehicle instead of riding a bicycle or walking. I believe each one of us has at least one vehicle that use fossil fuel. So we need trees, but if we really take or do a paper-based test, then that means we're only going to harm our environment again and again. We cannot achieve our goal to create a better future for our next generations. And even if we do a internet-based test, then the first thing that we have to take into account is the digital infrastructure. We have to be real. There are places in this country that don't even have access to mobile connection, let alone a internet connection. There are people who live in dilapidated area, they live in poverty, they live far from community or maybe urban life. So we have to take those into account first. And next is you say that it's okay even if they fail again and again, then they can just take the test before, during those 5 years or before the election being held. No, just do not think of the outcome first. Don't think of that first. We have to find out why they fail in the first place. What is the reason? Is it because they have disability? There are people who live with dyslexia. They don't have the ability to process the information well. They are even people who do not know what is written on the paper or on the screen. They do not have proper education. So if we are really going to force them to take the test, so that they can vote, then it's like we're taking their rights as the citizen of Indonesia. Because, okay, maybe you say that they can take the test again and again, but we have to remember different people have different motoric and cognitive sense. There are people who can maybe once they fail, the first time they failed, they will pass the second time. But there are people who need more than 5 years. We cannot guarantee that all people are the same. You can pass this, you can pass this 3 years and you can take that for 2 years. No. People have different cognitive and motor sense. They have different sensors. Different so we have to remember that if we were going to force them to take a test so that they can vote, then we are violating the fourth and the fifth principles of the 5 principles of Pancasila. The fourth is we say that all the citizens of Indonesia have the right to vote. And the fifth is justice for all Indonesian citizens. But we violate those principles by forcing people who have disability, who live in poverty, they do not have proper education, so they fail again and again, even during those 5 years, so they cannot vote, right? They cannot vote if they cannot pass, right? So yeah, we are violating the fourth and fifth principles by forcing them to do so. And What we need is not forcing them to take the task. What we need is increasing the literacy rate. By doing what? By increasing our quality education, because that is also one of the SDG goals that we as part of the world want. Literacy. I want to talk about two literacy. The first is ICT literacy, which is information and communication literacy, information and communication technology literacy, and second is data literacy. Once you have ICT literacy, then you know how to use, how to function a media properly, conventional or digital, on paper or on the screen. They will know how to use them properly. Once you know how to use them properly, then you have to have this data literacy, because with data literacy, then you will know how to process information. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it the truth, or is it just hoax to influence people badly? Or is it just gossip, rumors? Just like what you say, there are people who vote based on rumors. They will know, they will prevent those. They will not get easily influenced with what? With data literacy. So what we need is a quality education. With quality education, we can increase our literacy rate. And with that, we can prevent those people from getting influenced badly, from from being taken advantage of. So again, we oppose this motion. What we need as a solution is increasing our literacy rate. If you want to force them to take the test before they can vote, then why don't we first force them to increase their literacy rate? But we also have to give enough infrastructure. One of them is quality education, where every citizen in this world has the right to get proper education. With proper education, you get good literacy rate. So that those are the reasons why we oppose this motion. Thank you.